You ever have one of those mornings so perfect you almost don't trust it, like the universe is fattening you up for something? That's how it started. The sun coming in through the kitchen window, the smell of real coffee, and my wife dancing off key in our little nook, flipping pancakes and laughing at her own moves. Yeah, that was us soaking up our first taste of victory in the house we'd worked ourselves half to death to afford. Double shifts, side gigs, squirrel hoarding every spare dime. This place was our trophy, our sanctuary. So picture this. We're in our pajamas, plates loaded with thick bacon melon, and yes, some of that prosciutto my wife splurged on, just living our best lives. And then bam, the peace gets shattered not by a knock or even a shout, but by the most shrill, judgmental voice I've ever heard echoing right inside our kitchen. I whip around, nearly dump my coffee, and there she is, a woman who could file a complaint with her mere presence. She's pointing at our food phone up like she's filming and just radiating outrage. Let me tell you, this lady, late 40s, wild blonde ponytail, cargo shorts, a face twisted in righteous fury. She looked like she'd wandered straight out of an HOA horror story. And she's looking at us like we're criminals desecrating holy ground. My wife freezes pancake in midair. I croak out, "Excuse me, who are you and what are you doing in our house?" And she laughs, a sound like a dying seagull. "Your house? Oh, that's rich. I know what you're doing here. You're squatters." Squatters. My blood ran cold. We had the deed, the mortgage, the unopened boxes, but this woman, this stranger, was looking at us like we were rats in her wall. My wife finds her voice calm and nurse strong. "Ma'am, you're trespassing. I need you to leave." But the woman just scoffs and starts dialing 911. In a heartbeat, her outrage morphs into a high-pitched act of panic, sobbing into the phone about two black intruders in her mother's house, possibly armed. "Please hurry." The air goes metallic. The music turns to static in my ears. She isn't just trying to get us evicted. She's aiming to get us killed. She's dialing up the worst kind of police response, all built on a racist, made-for-TV lie. When she hangs up, her mask of fear slips right off, replaced with a smirk that says, "Checkmate." 5 minutes, she sneers. "Enjoy your last meal." My wife stands knuckles white on the chair. "Get out," she growls, but this woman isn't budging. She wants to be here when the cops arrive to watch us get dragged away. My mind's racing. How did she even get in the back door? We'd left it unlocked, still in that new home honeymoon haze, trusting the sleepy neighborhood. It felt like the dumbest mistake of my life. And now this lady claims it's her mother's house, that her mother died 3 months ago. But we'd met the previous owner alive and lively, heading to the beach. We'd even sent her a Christmas card. This woman was a world-class liar or just completely unhinged. The sirens start wailing closer by the second. I whisper to my wife, "We don't argue, we show the deed, our IDs stay calm." It's disgusting we even have to plan how to survive a police encounter in our own kitchen, but here we are. When the cops come pounding, the woman lights up like she's won an Emmy, rushing to the door, sobbing for the officers. "Is this woman your mother?" One of them asks me, voice suspicious. "No," I say. "She just walked in. We live here, we just bought this house." She pipes up, spinning her story about her dead mother, about us being squatters. It's a nightmare. Her narrative is compelling. Ours sounds crazy. Officer Miller, granite-faced, asks for ID. My license still says our old apartment, strike one. I say the deed's upstairs. He sends his partner to escort me, hand never leaving his holster. In my own house. My wife hands over the closing documents. The officers go through everything, deed, mortgage, seller info, our names everywhere. The Karen's face goes from smug to furious as reality dawns. Officer Miller finally says, "Ma'am, this property belongs to them. You need to leave." She sputters, threatens, and finally storms off, snarling, "This isn't over. I'll get my house back." But the cops just tell us to lock our doors and update our IDs. No apology, no charges, just a pat on the head for wasting their time. Our breakfast is ruined, our sanctuary poisoned. We sit in the silence, realizing we haven't beaten anything, we've just met the villain of our story. And she's declared war. That afternoon we call the seller. She sighs. "That's my daughter. She has issues. I'm so sorry. Turns out Karen was disinherited for stealing, forging checks, and even taking out a fraudulent loan against the house. The mother had sold it to cut her daughter out for good. But Karen's not just angry, she's dangerous. A week later, we get a letter from a lawyer we're accused of illegally possessing the property, supposedly having manipulated the mother into selling. 30 days to vacate or face legal action. It's harassment leveled up a war of attrition. We hire Mr. Chen, a real estate lawyer, who reassures us, this is intimidation, nothing more. He drafts a sharp response, gets a sworn statement from the mother, and promises to shut this down. For a moment, we feel hope. But Karen doesn't stop. Suddenly, my freelance business is swamped with fake one-star reviews calling me a scam. She's found my professional life and is trying to destroy it. My wife's work info is public too. We lock down everything, living like fugitives in our own home. Then one night our security system trips. She's in our backyard, spray paint in hand. I call 911, calm, steady, giving them the full context this time. The cops catch her in the act. This time there's no ambiguity. Karen is arrested, spends a night in jail, and we get a restraining order. The neighbors start coming around, some even apologize, saying they'd believed her story at first. We're finally part of the neighborhood, invited to a potluck. For a few weeks we have peace. But Karen comes back this time with bureaucratic warfare. We get a notice someone's filed to have our house declared a historical landmark, citing obscure facts to try and force us to undo all renovations. It's her, of course, using the city as a weapon. Another lawyer, another consultant, more money down the drain. The city doesn't give full landmark status, but they put our house on a watch list. Every improvement now needs approval. We avoided ruin, but our home is marked forever. It's a hollow win. We know we can't keep playing defense. With Mr. Chen and a private eye, Frank, we start digging. The mother tells us everything. Karen's lifelong entitlement, the fraud, the theft, the legal disinheritance. We have proof now enough to put Karen away for good if we want to. We set up a mediation. Karen arrives cocky, sure she's still got the upper hand. Mr. Chen slides across the fraudulent loan doc, her signature, her crime. She crumbles. We offer a deal. She signs an agreement to leave us alone forever, or we take this to the DA. She signs. The siege is over. We finally truly breathe. And then just as we think it's over, Karen disappears. Her mother calls frantic. The police want to talk to us. We're now suspects in a possible crime. Our tormentor's final act vanishing and leaving us to wear the target. Detectives search our lives, our alibis, our home. Frank keeps digging, finds out Karen was deep in debt to some very bad people. A loan shark. Turns out she faked her own disappearance, planning to frame us for murder so the loan shark could grab our house. The police raid a warehouse, find Karen alive, counting money, planning the ultimate con. The case unravels. She's arrested, the loan shark too. The cops apologize, the neighbors rally around. Our nightmare finally truly ends. And here's the cosmic punchline. Karen's mother sends us a check covering the rest of our mortgage, a gift for surviving her daughter. We own our home free and clear because of the worst person we've ever met. Our kitchen, once haunted, is now full of laughter and light. We turn our pain into something good, set up a fund to help others fighting housing injustice. We change the city laws that let people like Karen weaponize bureaucracy. We reclaim every inch of our home, plant a tree, fill it with joy. Years pass. The story becomes legend, then just a memory. Sometimes late at night, our daughter points to the kitchen archway and says she sees a sad lady with yellow hair. Maybe it's just a story. Maybe it's a final echo, a warning of how obsession and hate can hollow a person out. But our house stands. We fought for it. We bled for it. We built something lasting here. Our sanctuary isn't just the walls or the deed. It's the peace, the safety, the freedom to just be. That's what we learned. That's what we'll protect. And that's the story I'll tell forever, because it's not just about surviving evil. It's about fighting for what matters and finding the light at the end of the darkest hallway. So now let me ask you, what does justice really look like to you? When you hear a story like ours, where do you draw the line between right and wrong? Drop a comment and let's talk about it, because I know we're not the only ones who've ever had to fight for a place to truly call home.